This is Business and Economy Network.
Congratulations, we made it to the last month of 2018. You agree with me that it has been a very eventful year. Thank you so much for letting us into your homes, your offices, wherever you're watching us from. Our online viewers, thanks for joining us on this episode of our program, your program, Business and Economy Network. My name is Ohioze Edna. On our program for today, we'll bring to you reports from different sectors of the Nigerian economy, little from agriculture, finance, and maritime. For Business and Economy Network News, we bring to you the World Press briefing by the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology on the two newly released transgenic hybrid cotton varieties to the Nigerian market. For Company in Focus, we're in Anambra State, Nigeria, with the MD CEO STINE Industries Limited, cultivators and producers of the popular Anambra rice, contributing their quota to food sufficiency in eastern Nigeria. On special reports, we'll have the MD CEO PFI Capital Limited, an expert in finance and investment matters. On Straight Talk, we bring to you the MD CEO SKELAS Group, known for maritime and hotel refurbishment and renewals. Congratulations to Mary Awono all the way from Abuja, Nigeria, who has emerged as the winner of a quiz segment sponsored by Dana Airline Limited as to celebrate its 10th year anniversary. You know how we'll do it. It's never a boring moment. Do stay tuned. I'll join you shortly. A World Press briefing by the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, was recently held in Abuja, Nigeria, on the newly released Marco C567 BG2 and Marco C571 BG2 varieties of transgenic hybrid cotton to the Nigerian market. The event was organized by the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology and the National Biotechnology Development Agency in collaboration with the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology in Nigeria.
All those who would have been growing cotton for us are not doing so. All those who will be participating in one form of processing or the other of cotton are no longer doing that. And we have many Nigerians who want to work and they can't find work. And our president, President Muhammadu Buhari, is so determined. He wants every Nigerian who wants to work to find a job to do. And it is important that we reactivate our textile mills. We can't continue to be importing textile materials for our use. This is a great nation, the largest economy in Africa, the largest population in Africa, the largest market. And we are blessed in a way that only few countries all over the world, all the continents, only few countries compare with us in terms of natural endowment.
I'm very proud of you, Honorable Minister, for being part of this. And I'm very proud of you, Professor Abubakar, and the researchers, because it's you who will get us back on track. Wishful thinking, condemnations, abuse on television won't solve the problem. We either get up and get moving, or we face serious problems in future. And a lot will depend on the work of scientists. You may not be heard or sung, you may not be praised, but remember that in the lab where you're working, you are helping to solve a country's major problems. We have to revive the textile industry. We have to bring the jobs back. We have to cut down on imports.
This is a great achievement because for years we have labored under laboratory conditions to perfect solutions to the destructive effects of bollworm on our cotton farms and the associated low yield. The closest we got to success was the use of pesticides. But this had its own negative effects on the environment and also plagued the profit margin of the Nigerian cotton farmer. To generate yields at economically viable scales for the Nigerian farmer, it has become necessary for genetic engineering techniques to be integrated into crop production.
Agriculture, if properly enhanced, can actually be our country's main revenue generator. There is the need for stakeholders to look inwards, having in mind the fast-growing population rate in the country. Chief Akai Egwonu saw a need many years ago to ensure food sufficiency and has been consciously making efforts in that direction. STINE Industries Limited is one of Nigeria's biggest rice cultivating and processing company with no less than 8,000 kilograms or 440 tons per day. STINE Industries is the sole producer of the popular Anambra rice and has also extended its services to other states like Imo and Enugu. STINE was established to bridge the glaring gap and proffer solutions on pending challenges in rice production in Nigeria, and also to boost the agricultural value chain system to ensure and attain food sufficiency and sustainability.
Well, we started production in 2008, but as a result of paucity of paddy, we had to take a break. And then we started again August 2012. And since then, we've been at the forefront of rice milling in Nigeria. Our size is 440 tons per day, about 8,000, between 8 and 10,000 bags of 50 kg every day. And we have 3 different lines, and then 4 batches of parboiling section, which is done in a batching technology, and we had the state-of-the-art equipment. We had the Heroes rice, we had the STINE rice, which is currently on long grain rice, and we had the Anambra rice, which is on short to medium grain rice. The Anambra rice, every grain of it comes from Anambra State here, cultivated, harvested, and processed here in Anambra State. Mainly for the benefit of Anambra State citizens, and sometimes Anambra State citizens in diaspora as well. And then we had the STINE rice, which is one that we distribute across the whole country. That one mainly comes in long grain. The Hero rice is, again, is one of the offshoot of the organic rice that we do. It's mainly organic. I got involved through my in-law. He used to supply rice to VT rice. And then most of the times those days I used to hear some argument of supplying or not supplying rice. So one of the days I asked him, why can't you supply these people enough rice instead of all this argument? And that was at the point that he told me that Nigeria, that there isn't enough paddy in Nigeria to supply to them. At that point, I now asked, so what are they doing with the rice when you supply them? Because I know that VT rice deals mainly on foreign rice. So he told me, no, that they mix the local rice with the foreign one and then sell at the foreign rice cost. So I now asked, how come there are no equipments to do the same thing? How come other people are not doing it? Why are the Indians the only ones doing this? So he told me, well, that's the situation. So at that point, I started coming to me as an idea that I can actually go into this, bring in the equipments, start milling the rice here in Nigeria, and that was how we started. Well, the federal government is trying at the moment, just like my state government is trying so much. I know that my state government is giving out free seeds to farmers, encouraging them most times, having meetings, one-on-one meeting with the farmers, going to the farmyards to meet them, calling them to the state house, and all that. He's been doing all that, encouraging them, giving them soft loans, ranging from 1 million to 50 million. I benefited from that as well, so I know that he's doing all that. And the federal government is equally trying through the Anchor Brewers program and all that. But they need to go a bit more than just that. There are so many other problems facing the Anchor Brewers program, and those problems need to be eliminated. The other issue to do with land most cases they need collateral to access some of the federal government facilities because they go through the commercial banks. Recently, that's what they call the paddy aggregation loan, which the central bank recently floated. With that, one of the initial criteria was that we can now, the rice millers can now access this loan collateralized with the paddy. That was just last month. A week ago, we now had a reversal that cannot be done, that we need to go and look for a huge collateral for them, that we cannot secure the loan anymore with the paddy. The initial arrangement was that we can secure the loan with the paddy. We have a warehousing officer that will control the paddy for the commercial banks so that they know that at all times that their money is there. But now, last week, we got another listing from them that unfortunately that will not be the case anymore. That we need collateral to access the loan. So with situations like that, such things need to be looked into. When you consider that most of the farmers abroad, which we are competing with on this foreign rice business, most of them are in less than 1% interest rate. And in Nigeria here, when we are giving 5%, 9%, it becomes news all over. And those are the people that we still need to go out to compete with. Because say Thailand, for example, interest rate on agricultural loan is less than 1%. And then the government equally subsidize most of those things for them. So, and those are the people that will bring in rice here that we need to compete with. So you can see we're still far off when it comes to all that. But the government is trying. That's the best I can. It won't be done overnight. But I'm sure in the next 3-4 years we'll be safe, reliant on rice production.
PFI Capital Limited is in the business of offering financial advice, asset and investment management services, and the firm is located in Lagos State, Nigeria. In an interview with the MD CEO, Mr. Peter Elege, who shared with our crew possible ways of financing businesses in Nigeria, and he said most times these are sourced from family and friends and also through savings. Mr. Elege is of the opinion that having a good business idea and strategy is most important, as it will definitely attract capital. There are cases where banks and financial houses are readily available to support businesses with good content and ideas because it's a known fact that viable businesses attract capital.
Okay, as a new business, typically where you source capital from as a new business, right, is from family and friends. But what I always say to people is that you have a good transaction, you have a good project, capital will chase you, right? If you've got a good transaction, a good business, capital will find you. So there are a lot of the Bank of Industry, they're doing a whole lot with respect to trying to give businesses capital. Also, the private equity space too is there, trying to encourage, or rather not encourage, give businesses capital, businesses that are, viable businesses. So I believe that if your business is viable, capital would find you. We got the license, asset management license, 2017. We got it in November. One main challenge we faced is human capital, getting the right skills, the right staff for what we need. So it was a big challenge, but yeah, we were able to go into the market and source for the right human capital. We also have what we call social infrastructure. So basically it is ability to be able to do business with little or no interference from all kinds of regulators, be it the state, the local government, So yeah, you open your business and you see everybody is trying to, as you said, you spoke about taxes, which is important. In order to encourage small businesses, it's important if small businesses could actually have tax waivers, for a period of time, until the companies themselves pick up and start and become profitable, right? You can give from a number of years from inception, it would actually encourage, small businesses to be more sustainable and also create employment, basically. Yeah, the regular challenge is power, infrastructure, because all these things actually increase cost of doing business. It increases cost of doing business, and if all these things were, because basically each business has almost become a local government. You provide lights, provide water for yourself, and if these things were actually being provided by the government, cost of doing business would be significantly reduced. Basically, the SEC has been trying to create an enabling environment, to actually increase investor confidence, which is very key to the system, and they're actually also trying to provide the right regulation, to guide our processes and our businesses, which is a plus. Okay, the state of infrastructure today in Nigeria is far from satisfactory. We still have a lot to do in the power space. We still have a lot to do with transportation. So infrastructure, we're not yet there, right? I guess we're gradually getting there. The privatization of the power sector hasn't been seen as very successful, and that is because even the power companies are having a whole lot of challenges and looking for bailouts here and there. So yeah, there still needs to be a lot of things done in that space. So I believe that infrastructure is still far in terms of hitting where we're supposed to be, and the government is expected to do more to that regard. Capital markets currently has a lot of value to offer investors, particularly if you're looking at both equity and fixed income space. Yields now are about FGN yields. Treasuries are above 16% at the moment, so that's a lot of value in terms of real return on investment, given inflation rate at north of 11%. In the capital market, you see a whole lot of equity, a whole lot of stocks that are grossly undervalued, right from the tier 1 banks all the way to the industrial, to the consumers goods sector. So you see a whole lot of value. So I just believe this is the right time to take advantage and opportunity. However, the capital market is not for short-term investing, right? It's actually for medium to long-term investors. So it is not money you put in today and you want to take out tomorrow. I would advise people that are looking at that to keep away from the capital market. People that are looking for long-term capital appreciation, looking for growth over the long term, yes, should go ahead.
SKELAS Group has its presence in different sectors of the Nigerian economy, but first on the list is maritime, where the firm has excelled and made positive impact. SKELAS is in the business of assisting service companies with projects from inception stage to the turnkey stage. The firm has God to thank for all its success since inception, as there has never been a case of an unsatisfied client. The firm has made it this far with a strong driving force of integrity and putting the client's need first, which has seen clients stick with the firm for over 20 years. Mr. Prince Olaiwola Shitu is the MD of SKELAS Group and is in the habit of inculcating workers as family members, which has brought about high level of loyalty.
We are a service company. We assist those who want to bring in cargo from abroad, mostly project cargo, because we don't do all this individual running around cars and all that, no. We get embedded from the word go. Right from the time the man thinks this is what we need for a contract, they get us involved. We do all the planning with them, the opening of Form M, even travel abroad. That is why I'm always traveling. My clients will say, no, we are starting this journey together, we'll end it together. As I'm talking to you now, there's a very mighty project going on in Atlas Cove. In fact, the chief executive of that company had to take me along to Italy, where it was being manufactured. Went to the factory to see that proper classification is done, proper calculation of revenue is done, so that when the cargo that are already here now, we're already taking delivery by badges, there have not been any issue from anywhere. That is the type of service we give, especially in customs brokerage. And we thank God that our clients have not been disappointed. We have clients of 20 years. Can you imagine that? where you have a company that stay with you because they have confidence. And that is why, even in our calendar, we put it there, value-added services. You can always reach us anywhere. Let's go. We're doing it. So that is the core business of SKELAS. But we decided to also branch off to give people opportunity to try what they learn, instead of them going to look for work on a monthly basis. They take salaries, which may not be enough. So we now establish some arms of SKELAS, whereby, like the hotel management, I'm not a manager of a hotel, but when we see hotel is going down, we give them proposal on how to wake it up. It might be as a result of the way they run it. By the time we put it back with recommendation, they pay us for a fee, and that one has been going on, at least for more than 8 years now. Construction, we start with ourselves. Like this building was constructed by us. The one in Port Harcourt, the same thing. Our houses, the same thing. But one good thing about every company, there are incentives we give our workers, and that's why they've continued to work in SKELAS, as part of SKELAS. We go beyond mere service. We go beyond mere salary. We get involved in their families. We want to know what is happening. Your children, are they in school? How well do you take care of them? We try to encourage them not to have too many children, so they can take care of the one they can. Because you are not the one to create a village. But if you give your children quality education, you don't need to be thinking, oh, I want to build houses for my children. No. Most of the big men in Nigeria, when they build houses, after they are gone, the children sell it for peanuts and use it to go and dance palongo. So why don't you use that money, trade them well? That is the best thing you can hand over for your children. And then we encourage our people to have property. Because from the word go, I've never been a commercial house builder for rent. I don't know how to do it. When I started, I discovered that the tenants I had when I was in Warri were not paying rent. And I couldn't go and ask them, where's your rent? Where's your money? I'm not so hard-hearted. You know, I'm so soft. Now I say, why? So what we do with our staff, once we are 10 years old, we assist you in acquiring a land. That will be a focus. You can imagine if you have a land, your wife will always be putting eye on that land. We tell them if you can buy 5 bags of cement, put sand there, mold your block. Many of them today are house owners because of the encouragement we give. In SKELAS, we are like a family. The chairman of SKELAS today is a retired Assistant Controller General of Customs. He's 70-something now. We don't engage him in day-to-day. But in most cases, he has to come around and guide us somehow. SKELAS is just what I dreamt it to be, and that's what it is. What we try to do, like I told you, those pocket companies, they are more like autonomous running. What we do is to oversee them. In custom brokerage, with the online system introduced by customs, you don't need too many people. Where you need people is when they have to go and do examination. If shipping company can go online, we can do everything within our office. We have all the tools. But because we also need to engage people, that is why we went into farming. Yeah. And we have a farm, Igboho Rosal Farm, and we're going to palm oil production. And we have plenty of people employed locally to take care of that. So that's part of giving employment. I don't believe in having account abroad. I don't believe in going to save money that my children may not even have access to. If those who are stealing government money, as EFCC has been parroting, let them take that money. We agree you stole it, but come and use it for this project and let us employ people. As long as we have so many graduates who left school, whether with second class or first class, so they don't have job to do. My dear, an idle hand is the devil's workshop. That is a volatility Nigeria can now afford to take. Because when there is that revolution of the unemployed youth, because survival is the order of the day, that time even you will not be comfortable. Oh. We're all seeing it now. People can afford to put their children abroad, hide money abroad, don't care about what their neighbor is doing. One day that neighbor will wake you up in the midnight. Oh. So it is for all of us to do our little quota. A child you help today, like we do, there are people today I personally sponsor in school, but I've not seen them face to face. Because you don't do it just because you want to be paid back. My father also said, may he so rest in peace. He said, any good you do for somebody and you are expecting something in return, that is business. But when you do it, you are not expecting anything. You don't do it because you want to be seen as having done it. It means you are doing what God asked you to do. That's the only way we can help ourselves. Unemployment is a serious matter. It's all over the world. Today, Trump rode on the back of, I will increase employment in America. Some said he's doing it, some say he's not doing it, but here, we are not looking at it as necessary. Why will a worker suffer to receive 30,000 naira a month, which me and you know it's not even enough for him, for feeding of him, the wife, and let's say 2 kids only. It's not enough for a month. Why would the man not look for extra through the corner? And that's why they say there's corruption everywhere. Our corruption is not the little money they steal. It is the gluttonic way of amassing wealth, where one man will have 1 billion. What are you doing with it? And you go and keep it in a place. It's not, it has no value. Money kept in a place has no value because it remains stagnant. But money used to create wealth, money used to empower people by educating people has multiplied. That's why Nigerians will need to rethink.
This is Business and Economy Network.
Welcome back, viewers. Hope you had a wonderful time and learned something new on today's episode of our program. This is the more time you permit us to take. But before I go, as usual, I want to thank you so much, because without you, we will not be here. For more information, you can visit our website, and for past episodes of the program, it can be viewed on our YouTube channels displayed on your screen. Join us same time, same station next week. We love you. God bless you.